You please introduce yourself.
My name is Rory Palmer, and yeah, I love property.
Yeah. So I am your book fan. I read your book and the book said that like from 1 GCSE, right? And then you are now like property wizard.
I definitely tried to be a property wizard. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how did you get into property for the first time?
So the first property I actually bought was with my father,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought it at an auction. So it's like you got to sort of buy it quickly at auction, and there's more risks that come with that. And I had to buy it with my dad because I only had half the money,
Mm-hmm.
and I was only 18 as well. So we went to auction. We bought a flat in Northwood in the UK, and needed doing up.
Mm-hmm.
And we used something called bridging finance to buy this, which is like a short-term, high-interest loan. Which we got the bridging finance, and then we got a new mortgage on it on a normal sort of rate. And then yeah, we did the property up, got the builders in, which was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you, for my first go at dealing with builders. But yeah, I made more money doing that one deal than I did working as a removal man all year.
Whole year.
For a whole year, and I was like, oh wow.
One property more than your whole year salary.
And lifted as a removal man, you have to work very, very hard all day, and I didn't work very hard buying that property, selling it and making my profit. So my ears pricked up and I thought, wow, this could be the way forward here. Yeah, and that's how it all began.
Wow, that's so cool. What is the strategy that you used when you first buy your first property?
So it was a flip I did on my first property. So I bought a property at auction, and I realised there was a margin to be made if I could do the property up, sell it, which is exactly what I did, and then I made my profit. And so the first deal I ever did was a flip. But I don't actually like to sell properties. I like to buy them and hold them, because in property, especially in the UK, holding property over the long term really increases your wealth.
Yeah, because I have heard that like recently I heard someone buy it for like very cheap, and then like he are a bit like millionaire after hold it for like 40 years, something like that.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, if you listen to people that bought property 40, 50 years ago, especially in southern England, but all over the UK, they're going to have done very, very well, even if the deal they bought at the time was not a very good deal. So if you're buying good deals as well now, you know, you're really going to explode your wealth.
I agree. But like still, when I wanted to get into property, I feel like I don't know which one is the good one. Like I can't make decision because sometimes I feel that this is good, but like, is it really good? How can I know that?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and you do have like different areas that are better than others. I stick to what I know, so the areas I know, I've got contacts in those areas. But I like a good combination of capital growth, where an area where they've got good capital growth where it will rise, but also your rent covers your mortgage and some. You need to.
But on your first one, how can you know that?
Well, it's a learning curve, isn't it? And some of my earlier deals were definitely not as good as the deals I'm doing now, because I had to go through those learning pains. And some of the properties I bought, I would never buy today. But you know, you don't know what you don't know, and each time you do it, you get a little bit wiser, and you start learning. Okay, this is a good strategy. This maybe not so much. And and in 10 years' time, the deals I do now will look bad in comparison to the ones I'm doing now, I'm very sure.
So the first one that you buy, do you still have it now or no? You
I sold it, and if I would have kept that one, it was probably 4 times the price now of what I sold it for. So even though I thought I did well at the time, oh wow, I made this little pot of money, but if I would have kept it, it would have been a lot of a larger pot.
I see. So what is the biggest challenge you faced when you first buy your like first property?
The biggest challenge was I didn't have enough money to buy it in a traditional way. I had to buy it at auction, and I had to get a really good deal, and I had to buy with my dad, because otherwise I couldn't get in. Even though I've been saving up like my whole life, you know, I was always doing jobs and what have you. But where there's a will, there is a way. Absolutely, yeah. And sometimes a lack of resources makes you more, you know, try things that you wouldn't otherwise. It pushes you to sort of really push the boundaries, and think outside the box, because that's what I had to do, because I didn't have a lot of money.
Was like, since I know that you've been doing property since you're 18, right? And now you are like doing it for almost 20 years. So what is the biggest lesson that you think you learned from property? The biggest one?
From property, I've learned so many lessons, and I think thinking long term is always very good. Like right now, people are very worried. Like interest rates are higher than they've been for 11 years, and they think, oh no, now's the wrong time to buy. But it's actually sometimes the best time to buy when everyone is scared and they don't know what's going on. That's the time to be greedy and buy as many as you can. And when everyone's buy,
You need to like,
then the whole fire, just what everyone else is doing, sort of do the opposite, and you'll probably do really, really well in property, I'd say.
I see. So that's the biggest lesson for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads, to be honest with you. It's hard for me to pick just one, but that is one key takeaway. It's actually a Warren Buffett quote, but yeah, be greedy when others are fearful. It's very, very true in property, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. And so I know that now you are like quite successful, like you have like freedom to do whatever you want. You have like freedom in terms of time, money and everything. What are your future plans from now?
Buy more properties.
Buy more properties.
Definitely want to buy more properties. Yeah, and I've just literally just come back off holiday yesterday. I took my mum away for her birthday, and it's just the freedom to do things like that. It's just a real gift. It's so lovely. I don't have to ask anyone, can I go away on holiday? I just book it and I go. And I think that freedom in life is wonderful, and I just wish more people had that. But yeah, so I feel very, very lucky. But I have been sort of focused on this since I was 18. I wanted to be financially free. I wanted to be my own boss. And luckily that's all worked out for the best.
And
so far.
like you can do it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, anyone can do it. I left school with 1 GCSE. I didn't have a lot of money. My mum and dad weren't. I didn't come from a lot of money, or lived in really rough council estates when I was a child. But if you have a vision and you've got some good work ethic, everything's up for grabs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also having belief in yourself. I think a lot of time what stops people is the confidence, and having self-confidence, which can be worked upon. You can learn and you can build your self-confidence. If you've got that combination, people, you can't be stopped.
I agree. So like, what do you wanted to like tell to people who is now fearful or like afraid to do what they wanted to do, what they dream of, like to go get their dream? What are your what do you wanted to tell them?
I would say go for it. Definitely protect the downside. So you don't want to go for something, and if it doesn't work out, you're going to be wiped out. That maybe is not the one. But as long as that isn't the case, and you're prepared to make mistakes and learn and then readjust, that is how we get better. And also learn from others. Don't learn from your own mistakes. I try and learn a lot from other people's mistakes, so I don't do the same thing. But you still will make some mistakes. I definitely have, and I've learned from them, and now I'm stronger as a result. But in property, it's always very good as well to have a little bit of money behind you at all times, because interest rates can go up, things can go wrong, and having that little safety net can save you sometimes. And I've seen other people that have sort of pushed things to the absolute limit, and then one thing goes wrong, poof, and they're gone. So it's staying in the game for as long as you can. That is a very key element to success.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the only thing that you regret in life is the decision that you didn't do it.
I agree, 100%. Yeah. People, I think I actually read recently that was one of the key things people said on their deathbed is, they wish they would have gone for things more.
I
didn't
wish
let the fear
I
hold
could
back.
do that. I wish I did that. But I think that the only thing that people regret in life. So just go and do it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
like now Rory is also doing his YouTube channel. So like, can you tell people like if they wanted to learn more about property, how can they follow you?
Yes, I've just started a YouTube channel. It's called Rory Palmer Property, so quite easy to remember there. And every week
I will
just
put it here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I just give free tips and tricks on property deals that I'm currently doing. I'm just refurbishing a property at the moment, and I'm buying another property as well. And then I just give tips on what sort of helped me through my property journey as well. And if that can help others, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. So like if anyone interested in doing property, you can go to like Rory Palmer Property here. I will link it under my clip as well. And thank you so much for today. If anyone have like anything, you can comment here and then I can ask him for you guys, or you can like ask him by yourself on his channel as well. Thank you so much for watching today. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you find that this clip is helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.